Alabama's news leader. This is ABC 3340 Midday News.
And welcome into Midday News. I'm Linda Mays. Thank you for joining us. Here's a look at what's happening today. The city of Birmingham, along with the Birmingham Barons, will break ground on its new $64 million facility. The festivities are taking place right now at the intersection of 14th and 15th Streets at First Avenue North, and that's where we find ABC 3340's Bryant Somerville, and he joins us now in the middle of all the festivities. Bryant?
In the middle of all of it, indeed, and keyword, baseball. Doesn't matter how we're doing it. Take a look at this. This guy is actually has a ball on a fishing reel, and he's pitching a lot harder than I could throw with my normal hand. This is incredible. This really starts in about a half an hour, this announcement of this new ballpark, and already we're having hundreds of people down here. There is much to do. There is food, there is games. I was talking to the mayor earlier that said this really puts a cap on things, and he knows that the community, that businesses are behind this, and he can't wait for this to be started and to bring the Barons back to Birmingham. If my math is correct, I believe they haven't been here since 1987. So he said this, what once was a pipe dream, is now becoming a reality, something that many people thought would never happen in Birmingham. But like I said, plenty to do here today. There's Bass Pro Fishers, there's games, there's speed pitching, there's people, kids can bet. Take a look at this. Come here, Cal. Look at this. I even made a new friend today. She doesn't say much. Anyway, but like I said, we're going to get started at about noon. There's an announcement that's going to be made and an official groundbreaking, although I'm told it's not going to be our standard typical shovels in the dirt. This is more going to be Mayor Bell throwing out a pitch, so we'll see how well that goes. But we will, of course, have more on this entire event tonight at 4, 5, and 6. Reporting live in Birmingham, Bryant Somerville, ABC 3340.
Thank you, Bryant. A second teenager is in Birmingham police custody this morning, charged in the killings of 5 people in Inslee. 16-year-old Artavius Underwood faces 5 counts of capital murder for the deaths of Ronnie and Charles Render, Demetrius Sanford, Jeffrey Davis Jr., and Jonathan Sanchez. His arrest comes one day after police arrested 17-year-old Rashad Stoves. He also faces 5 counts of capital murder. Community members held an emotional prayer vigil Wednesday evening. Close to 100 activists, friends, and family members are mourning the loss of the 5 lives and asking for the violence to end.
To stop the violence. And I would like to add that I'm a mother first, so this hurts me to the depth of my heart. And inside our community, we will stop the violence one way or the other.
Now, we will continue to follow this story and bring you updates on air and on our website, abc3340.com. Storm survivors from last Monday's twisters will get help from the federal government. President Barack Obama approved a federal disaster declaration for both storm-ravaged communities, or counties, I should say. That's Jefferson and Chilton counties. It means that money is now available to individuals and business owners impacted by the storms.
Every little bit helps, you know, especially in the cost of rebuilding. You know, we want to stay in the area, and you know, we don't want to move, but you know, any kind of financial help is always, you know, thankful for whatever we get.
Assistance includes grants for temporary housing and home repairs and low-cost loans to cover uninsured property losses. Storm survivors who are interested in applying for assistance can contact FEMA at 1-800-621-FEMA. You can also go to FEMA's website. There is a link to it on abc3340.com. Tonight, there will be a concert benefiting the families of 2 victims of last Monday's tornado. All the proceeds go to families of Christina Heichelbeck of Clay and Bobby Sims of Oak Grove. The concert will be at 7:30 at T.P. Miller's in the Kimberly Morris area. There will also be an auction and raffle to help raise money as well. People all over Alabama are also still recovering from the April 27th tornado outbreak, and thanks to the United Way of Central Alabama, more money is now available for the long-term recovery process for them too. United Way received a $1.5 million grant from the Indianapolis-based Lilly Endowment. It will be split. The money will be split, that is, between 13 established long-term recovery committees operating around the state. Players from the Atlanta Braves baseball team are fighting to strike out bullying this morning. Players will join representatives of the Anti-Defamation League to lead a No Place for Hate student rally against bullying at Mountain Brook Junior High School. The event alerts students at all grade levels to the dangers of bullying and bigotry in schools and online. The first ever Alabama Gives Day is underway right now, and it's your chance to go online and donate to your favorite nonprofits or nonprofit. Alabama Gives Day started at midnight. It runs through 11:59 tonight. You can log on to algives.com and find hundreds of nonprofits from which to choose. Pick out yours and make a donation. No goal has been set, but Minnesota's Give Day raised over $13 million, so it's up to you to see if we can beat that. It may soon be a little easier to get cell service inside Bryant-Denny Stadium during Alabama football games. Trustees at University of Alabama, that is, I should say, are working on a plan to boost signals. The capstone has already reached an agreement with Verizon and AT&T to install hundreds of cellular antennas in the stadium. The two companies will pay all the installation costs for the new system, but trustees still must review the plan. Now, taking a look at news in your world, Defense Secretary Leon Panetta says 2013 will be a critical year for the Afghanistan mission. Panetta, who's attending NATO talks in Brussels, says by the middle of next year, the U.S. hopes to make the transition from a combat role to a training, advise, and assist role. But he says, quote, that doesn't mean we're not going to be combat ready. Washington State Senate has passed a bill to legalize same-sex marriage. The bill now heads to the House, which is expected to approve it, and Governor Chris Gregoire supports it as well. If signed into law, Washington would become the 7th state to allow gay and lesbian couples to marry. Heavy snow is paralyzing parts of Japan. Snowstorms have battered coastal cities along the Sea of Japan and large parts of the northern part of the country since late last year, leading to the deaths of 56 people. An avalanche struck today in Akita, killing 3 people bathing in a hot spring. And Ashley's here to give us a check on our forecast today.
I can't believe the depth of that snow from that video. Goodness.
Too much snow.
Too much. It's beautiful, but that's way too much. I mean, check that out. I couldn't believe when you saw the people walking by how much it went over their heads. That's absolutely amazing. I mean, goodness, nothing like that here. I mean, our sky cams, this is fabulous. We have sun in Demopolis and Birmingham, and the sun beginning to peek through the clouds in Birmingham as well. Tuscaloosa still stuck under that thicker batch of clouds, but it's not going to be too long before you begin to clear out as well. And here are the numbers: 64 in Gadsden, 63 in Anniston, 61 for both Birmingham and Tuscaloosa. Really is trending towards a very nice afternoon. We're going to expect those highs into the upper 60s, even some temperatures around 70 this afternoon. So how about that here in Winter? And we're going to be continuing to keep these numbers warm, but we do have more rain chances coming up, and we'll chat about those in just a bit.
I can just hear you now when the cold weather's finally coming. Not yet.
Not
but
yet.
I can only imagine.
I can see the day.
Yeah, that's going to be a big day. Thank you so much. Still to come on the news at midday, we take a look at one family who gives a new meaning to the working poor. Details on their daily struggle to survive in a special report. Stay with us.